I will explain you how to launch EC2 instance in private subnet and public subnet. I am after a solution which looks like this, and you can see here, and I'm going to launch Splunk, Squid Proxy and Jumpbox Linux based Ubuntu server, and then I have domain controller and other workstations I will be launching on Windows based. So quickly went to Amazon services. So I'm on there. Under the compute, I will select EC2. Then we have to select launch instance, which will take us to the launch instance console or wizard. Then we will be selecting here Ubuntu. Scroll down here. Yeah, Ubuntu. For Splunk, I will use T2 medium. Yep. And then next, click on next. Here I will select my school VPC in network, and I will go subnet in private subnet, and this will be disabled. That's all good. So I'll scroll further down. Here I will assign the IP to my Splunk. I will want IP for Splunk as 10.0.1.100. Then I will go another next to the next. I will configure Splunk security group, Splunk security group, then launch. So I will use the existing key pair I already have. Just click on launch. While this is being launched, I will quickly go to EC2 launch another instance, my Squid instance. So here I will select again Ubuntu server. This time I will use the free tier, and again in that network I will select my school VPC, private subnet, auto assign disable. I will assign my primary IP to this instance as well, and this will be 10.0.1.50. Then next, and then next, and then next. Over here I will again use a different, create a new one, security group, quit, then review and launch. So I will again use the here existing key pair, DNS. So while this is being launched, I will again go and launch my Jumpbox. That is also Linux based, and this is also Ubuntu. Here we go, Ubuntu server, and then I will use again T2 micro free tier. Again network, my school VPC, subnet is public subnet this time, and this is going to be enabled. We want a public IP for this, and yeah, that primary IP I will take 150 10.0.0.150. This time it is public subnet, so the address will be different. So here you go. Next security groups, I can launch this on my, create a new one, a Jumpbox security group. Makes sense. So it's not too complicated when you are handy, and this time I will be using different key. So I have a Jumpbox key pair already. I've clicked on launch instance. So while all these instances are being launched, I will again go to launch instance and launch my Windows domain controller. This time I'll be using Microsoft Windows Server 2019 and I want it to medium. This is my domain controller. It's controlling all two PCs, workstations. Maybe they can be expanded more. So this time again, my school VPC, I want all this private subnet disable. Then I will also again assign this IP as 0.1.10. Yes, so this makes sense. Now next configure group. Again, I want my domain controller DNS security group as different. Yeah, I used to work like this. I want every instance have a separate security group, and then I'm going to launch this with the same DNS key. You can see I'm using the same keys for my private instances. Again, I will use launch instance to launch my two workstations, as I don't have a Windows 10 based in AWS services, so I will be using the server in both my workstations. So here I am. I've used the same T2 micro. This time also I will use my school PPC auto sign public IP disable, and this IP I will be giving 0.1.20. So yep, this time I will be creating a security group which will be a workstation security group, and I will be using both my workstations with the same security group. Workstation security groups. Yep, makes sense. Okay. Create a new security group SSH. So let's see. I think I have selected a wrong server here. So I will again scroll down. I have to select Windows Server. So here I am. Yes, I want you to continue Windows Server. Next. Yeah, it happens when you launch too many things quickly. So here I go. It's all good for now. All the things are good. Looks good. Then I will go to next and will configure my security groups. That looks good. So workstation security group. And review and launch. Then launch here using the same key. And now I will be launching my last instance, the last workstation. Again, I have to select Microsoft Windows Server 2019, then the same T2 micro. You can see it's quite handy when you know everything. So I will be giving primary IP to this as well. It will be 10.0.1.30, and using the same security group that I was using for, here we go, workstation security group. So we'll go review and launch, and I will use the same key pair. Yes, you can always use different key pairs. You can customize as per your requirement. So here you can see now all my instances are being launched. So while they are being running, I can see few of them already are running. You click on here, you see this is our stin.squid proxy IP. Yep, and then We have my school VPC, private subnet, security groups, inbound, outbound rules. Yeah, looks all good. And while we wait for others, we will quickly have a look on our VPC. Here you go for VPC. So that's how, guys. Yeah, that's how you launch instances in public and private subnets. And now you will go to your subnet sections. You will see you might be having two subnets here. So this is your private and this is your public. So here in root tables, you have to do some changes. So when you click on your this second subnet, you will see this is our when you click on subnet association inside down here, you can see this is our private subnet, right? So this is not located attached to any of the roots. And when you click here, this is our public subnet. This is already attached here, and see on roots, its roots simply says that it's going outside. It has internet gateways connected to it, and this is also attached. That makes sense. But here, when you go, you have to look. This is a black hole here. So how to correct this? So with subnet association, first you need to click on edit rules, edit roots. So when you see black hole, this is because our NAT instance is not running. So I will quickly have a look what's going on there. While we have a look there, I will try to configure it first. So here you can see instance. So I have to configure, I have to give that NAT instance edit roots. I have to give a target in edit roots from source 0.0.0. That makes sense. So simply I'll show you again. Let's delete everything. So add root, it's /0. Source is from anywhere, destination is from anywhere, and the target should be our NAT instance. So so by this we means like our destination is outside. We want to go outside to access our let's say internet, and this is our NAT instance. So makes sense. So when I click save roots, you will see it will become active. This is now black hole. When you again go to EC2, you will see I have stopped my NAT instance. So when I run this, let's do that. You will see it should not come black hole. So that's how you configure your EC2 services. See, you can see here, this is stopped. So I will start here, then I will go back again on my subnet and we'll have a look what's happening. So when you go click VPC, subnets, so we wait for our NAT instance to be ready, and then we have root tables. So you can see now it's subnet association still. Here you go. This is active now. Makes sense. So this one is our, and this one is our public subnet, internet gateway. You can see IGW, and this one is our, this is taking root. This will access internet through NAT instance. So private instances can only access internet through this way. So that's tricky. You don't understand what's going on usually. So when you click on subnet association, yes, of course, you have to edit subnet association as well. So here you will be using your private sub instances, and then you will select save. So all your private instances are now attached, associated with your private subnet this way, and the root is taking this way. And now we will test and check whether when we launch, when we RDP into Windows Server or SSH into our Linux servers, so we should be not be getting any problem while connecting to the internet. And with that, guys, I hope I have covered what was the purpose of this video, and I don't want to make it too big. Thanks for watching, and in next video we will cover a few more topics: how to SSH, and how to use how to do SSH tunnel, how to use SSH forwarding. Thanks for watching.